All right, hey guys, happy Sunday. So today is August 5th. Welcome to the Team Finesse call. So before we get started, I am just going to let you know that we have a awesome guest speaker that is going to be speaking with us tonight. And before anything happens, please make sure you have something to write with. Jot some notes down. Also, throughout the whole call, whether you're watching live or the recording, make sure that you use the chat on the right to ask any questions that you guys have, because they will be answered at the end. So any questions you have, make sure that you use Kate for any questions, because she is taking time out of her own team call to be with us. So ask questions and use her, please. All right, I'm going to share my screen real fast. All right. So this team call is moving mountains. So we are going to be learning about seeing obstacles as opportunities. So the quote of the week, and this should last you guys for the month, is achievement seems to be connected with action. Successful men and women keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. So keep that in mind while we're going through our team call today. All right, as always, team recognition. We're going based on July since August just started. So our coach of the week was Kat, for obvious reasons. She came right out of the gate with 4 Success Club points, Paula Hernandez at 2, and then myself at 8. So if you guys want to shout anybody out, unmute yourselves right now. Or if you want to show somebody love or motivation or whatever you guys want, unmute yourself and go for it. Who wants to go? Haley, unmute yourself and say why.
Okay, Charles is probably going to interrupt me, but I just want to shout out Emily and Katerina. They both are like my 2 personally sponsored coaches, and they just came in hitting the ground running. Emily set some huge goals for herself this week. She wants to hit Success Club 10 for the month of August. And then Katerina, she's moving to Colorado to start cosmetology school in August, and she is not going to get a job. She's going to make this her job. So
awesome.
Shout out to both of you guys. Keep up the work.
Awesome. Okay, thanks, Haley. So I'm just gonna shout. Obviously, I shout all of you guys out all the time. But Anna for coming out and sharing her new news. So she's gonna be a mommy, and I'm so excited for her. So keep her, you guys, in your thoughts and prayers as she continues to grow her little baby. And as she takes on a whole new journey. So congrats on that. Also, Sarah Bates, hopefully she watches the recording, but she's been going through a little bit of a tough time, but she is ready to jump in back in with coaching. So be on the lookout for her. All right, so moving on really quick. August, here's our schedule for August. So please make sure that all of these dates are in your calendar. The week of August 13th, hold on one second. Sorry. The week of August 13th, Michaela is actually going to be going live in our group. She couldn't do a team call with us, so instead of having a team call on the 12th, she's just going to be going live throughout that week. So just be on the lookout for that. Just some housekeeping stuff. You guys can go in your coach office and check this out, but all month long, the To Be Mindset is $20 off until September 3rd. Lift 4, you guys all know by now, or should, that it's $10 off and it got extended until September 30th. Also, beach bars are 10% off, so even if people are not interested in the workouts or whatever, they can still be interested in the products. So don't forget the products. They don't just have to get a challenge pack. And then specific dates. So August 20th, Fit for Two is coming out. So that might be an awesome opportunity for some of you pregnant females. As always, guys, make sure that you're checking in with your upline. I post one-on-one spreadsheets every single week. And so it's fine if you're not signing up every single week, but if you really want to advance your business, please check in with your upline coach. You don't have to wait for me or your coach to ask you. So if you have any questions or you need some help with any aspect of your business, make sure that you're signing up on the one-on-ones. Again, make sure that you are an active coach. We'll talk more about this later, but an active coach just means that you have 50 PV. And that you guys should have 50 PV every single month. And then last thing is daily vitals. We need to be doing daily vitals, especially team calls. So you guys are all rock stars for jumping on tonight, and I appreciate that. So thank you. And your guys' business will progress if you get on team calls, you're staying active, and you're doing your daily vitals. All right, that's enough of me. So we will go to our guest speaker. So just a little bit of background before I let her take the floor. So our guest speaker tonight, I'm really excited. I creep her Instagram every day. So it's Kaitlyn Walsh. And just real quick, she started back in August of 2015. She is currently a full-time coach. I believe she used to bartend, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I got from creeping on you. And then she is currently diamond ring. So I will go ahead and let Kate record.
I think I unmuted myself. I'm not sure. Did it go? Okay. Hi, guys. You are correct. So I am Kate Walsh. I started as a coach 3 years ago. Ashley Dyson. Oh, I'm like, that's showing up on your screen. I'm like, is that music showing up on mine? So Ashley Dyson is my coach, and I did not know her personally before I joined at all. I knew of Beachbody just because I was in sports in high school, and of course we all heard of P90X back then, or a majority of us did. So I did P90X, like a couple of the workouts, had no clue that it was even associated with this Beachbody program or whatnot. And Ashley at the time, she was a brand new coach for just a couple months. So she was posting about these like opportunities to make money from home. And she posted about this car she was getting and this house she was getting. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a broke college student. At the time I was going to school for nursing. And I'm like, this would be great for me. Like, this would be awesome. Being at home, being able to make some extra money. I had 3 part-time jobs at the time. I was a medical assistant, a PCT, and a unit secretary in the hospital. So I worked at 2 completely different hospitals. I was working constantly. So I was working at Cracker Barrel like a little bit like during that. So I literally had a mixture of everything, retail and waitressing and working in the hospitals. And it was just, I was trying to find my purpose. I was trying to find my why and basically what I was doing in life. Coming out of high school, it was always, you had to go to college and you had to know exactly what you wanted to do in life. And it was like, we were pressured to be something that we weren't. And I mean, that's how everyone is coming out of high school. They want you to go right to college, and basically they force you to go to these expensive colleges when you're like, okay, is this really my true path? Is this really what I want to be doing? And I always knew when I was growing up, I wanted to help others. And I was a home care assistant when I was 17 years old in high school, working for 2 elderly patients or whatever, but they were more of like family friends. And, you know, I got to see things that 17-year-olds do not experience up until the 2 of them passed away. And it was like a huge like eye opener to me about life and how short life is. And like these 2 people had amazing messages that they used to like sit there and talk to me about their life and their journey and their purpose and everything that they taught me. I like still to this day, like carry on with me. And I'm like, okay, I love helping people. I want to go to school for nursing. So a lot of stuff went down in college, and I ended up switching majors and graduating with my bachelor's in psychology. But along that time, like I said, I joined when I was in college, and I was a broke college student. So the Shakeology and everything was very expensive for me, and it became too much at once. Beachbody actually overdrafted my bank account, and it was a big, huge mess. I ended up canceling my Shakeology, went inactive for a while, and kind of was just focusing on me. And my biggest regret from it all that I want to like let you guys know and let your challengers know, like when you sign people up as coaches, they need to go through boot camp. They need to experience it for themselves, and they need to get results. Because when I first joined, I was so salesy. It's not even funny. I got my challenge pack in the mail, and I think my first selfie was a Shakeology like selfie with my shaker cup. And that is what not to do, guys. Like, do not be salesy, and don't literally brand Beachbody to your page. Like, I try to go out of my way to not even put a Beachbody logo on my page. Like, I've had photos with super trainers and stuff, and I don't even know if this is legal, but I had one with Autumn where I went through and like blurred out the Beachbody logos, just because I don't want people knowing that, okay, this is that crazy Beachbody girl that is just out to sell me something and just wants to make money off of me. Because when I first joined, that's what I wanted to do. But now it's like, I see what this experience has done for me, and I want to give that back to others. So it's so much more than selling someone a challenge pack and making that initial $55 in commission. And I think it took me realizing that completely changed my business. And when I first joined, I hit Emerald real quick. I ended up getting my controlled business center signed up. I think I sent my mom, and then I got like a close friend. But I had trouble hitting Success Club because, like I said, my posts were salesy. Who wants to sign up with someone that is salesy as shit? Like, nobody. They see your post. They see it works out there. They see Lip Sense. They see Unique. They see all these products. And like, people send me invites from, I think it works more than anything. And I give them tough love right back, because it's just how I am. Like, I'm not a bitch at all, but it's like, first of all, you're sending me an invite and you're including money, price, and everything else. What are the benefits that it's going to do to me? And I say that to them, like, guys, like, I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I've been a Beachbody coach for 3 years, and what you're doing is not working. Like, I love what I do, but just some advice for the future. Like, in your initial message, you want to be different than all those other people that are sending invites out there. You want to have something that's going to grab their attention, but you want to make it about them. You don't want to make it about money. You don't want to make it about basically, I don't know, incentives, or, oh, I'm going to give you like this if you join my team, or I need to make this quota. Can you help me reach my goal? Like, no, it's not about you. It's about them. And when you realize that, you're signing people up to change their lives, and it's not changing your lives. If all you guys are out for money, you're not going to get anywhere in this business. And like I said, I miserably failed in the beginning. And I think I got so discouraged that I was just like, you know what, screw this. Like, I'm just going to continue on with school and just go about my life. And I think I joined my junior year of college or something along those lines. And I had like a rocky roller coaster like through college, and it took me, so last May I graduated. So I started back up, I think the beginning of that year, that January. I was like, you know what, I need this for myself. And I went through an actual program, like start to finish. And I started posting my results. I started posting my videos, and I started speaking to my team. And the biggest thing that you guys want to do is to create a tribe of people that are like you. You want to reach out to people that are like-minded people that can connect with you. The difference that's going to make you different from any other coach out there, why are they going to sign up with you? And they can see an ad of Beachbody on their TV. They can see an ad on the internet. But what's going to make them want to join with you? Why are you going to be different than anybody else that they're going to sign up with? Because you can drop the name Lift 4 in your post. You can drop the name of any other program anywhere on your page, and they could go up and look it up on Amazon. They could go and sign up on the website, and therefore they're being put under another coach. But what's going to make you different, that they're going to fall in love with you rather than going on the website? So at that point, I started to brand myself. I started to think about the 5 things that make me me. And those of you that are newer coaches and don't know what that means, I don't know how far Kelly has like gone into that with you guys, but you guys want to create a list of 5 things, 5 unique things that make you you. So at the time, my list, I was a college student, I was a nursing student, I was a cat mom, I loved to travel, I loved to kayak, I was into health and fitness. I was a foodie, like all of these things. And when you go on your Instagram, within the top, like however many posts, you want to see all of those things in your photos. A picture speaks 1,000 words, and you can say whatever you want in a caption of a photo. But when someone goes to your page and sees your Instagram, that is your marketplace. You want to be able to reach out to your target market when they look at your page. You want it visually pleasing. Get an app, use the same filter on every single photo. Make your photos flow. You don't want to have 2 selfies where you're literally posing in the same angle right next to each other, because it's not different. You want to be eye-catching. You want to have these things appealing to others. And it's just these little things, it'll help grow your pages, because I used to do that. I used to literally, every single photo was my hand up and it was the same pose, the same smile. And they see that. People see those photos, and what's going to make that photo different, where they're actually going to go through and read your entire post. Because most of us speak to our audience through our posts. We create a story in our posts, or it's a coaching opportunity or a reach out about our challenge group. We want people that are going to actually read the posts. You want to have your photo as visually pleasing as possible, so they go and read that. And another thing on top of that, Insta stories are super important in speaking to your audience. You guys want to be able to show your personality on your page. You want people to actually connect with you, and you want to be able to speak to your stories where people can hear your voice. They can hear your attitude. They can hear the tone of voice that you're in. If they see this positive, bubbly, like person coming on and sharing positivity, spreading positive vibes, talking about these kick-ass workouts where they're getting these awesome transformations, they're going to be like, holy shit, what is this girl doing? Like, I want to do that. And they're going to ask for more information. And it wasn't until I got out of posting word swag posts on my Insta stories over and over and over, people are going to click through them and they're not going to care. They want to hear you talk. They want to hear about your struggles. Don't be afraid to share your struggles. And that is something that I've been dealing with a lot lately. And I've been posting more, and those struggles are what's going to help others relate to you. So there's literally so many things that were like swarming my brain at this point. And when I left college, graduated from college, I was like, okay, I have a psychology degree. What am I going to do with it? And at that point, obviously, like, I couldn't go get a job unless I wanted to, make okay money and just not be happy. Like, it was a standard degree where it's like, okay, a 4-year college degree. If I wanted to go really anywhere further, I would have had to go back to school. So I said to myself, okay, like, I'm going to go back to nursing school and I'm going to go try again. And I ended up going back to school that August, which was last August. So a year from now, a year previous of now. And I said to myself, like, at the time I had to talk to my parents, and I'm like, okay, I love Beachbody. Like, this was after I went to Summit last year, and I'm like, I love Beachbody. I want this to be my life. I see what it's doing for Ashley. Like, I want the freedom. I want to be my own boss. I want all of this. I want to be able to travel. I don't want to have to say yes to a boss. Like, I want this to be my life. Like, I'm 22 years old right now, and I craved it. I didn't want to continuously work in hospitals where I had doctors throwing binders at my face. Like, I just went through so much shit that I just was done with it. And my parents had a serious talk. My mom was in other MLMs before, and she's like, okay, you need to be practical, and this is not the time where you can go full time. I wasn't making enough money, and I'm like, okay, so what am I going to do? So I was like, I can continue to go to school, further my education, and in that time, continue to bust ass with Beachbody. Nursing school is a bitch. And I had to pick one or the other. I was swarmed in book work. I couldn't really give my all in coaching. I fell off the radar. And it's literally like, if you guys hear the escalator analogy, you're going to hear it so many times being on our team, between Team Elevate and Team Boom. Don't jump off that escalator. I've been a coach for 3 years, and that is probably my biggest advice that I can give to you guys. Keep going, keep pushing. You will get there. Never fall off. Because when you do fall off, like, all you'll do is you'll be like, what if I just kept pushing? What if I was true to myself? And what if I kept doing those workouts every single day and I didn't give up? And that's the biggest thing that I regret, is that I let school control my life in that fact, because it was the only thing I knew. At that time, it was like, okay, I'm working 3 part-time jobs where I'm making minimum wage, and I'm busting my ass. I'm miserable, and I need to go to school to either further my education or I go and get a full-time job. So I continued on with school up until November, and reality kind of hit me hard. And I basically made a decision that I was going to withdraw from nursing school. And I'm like, you know what? It is time for me to live my life for me. And I know what I want with Beachbody, and I'm going to freaking do it. So I left nursing school because I was like, honestly, in the end, when I graduate, am I really going to go and work in the hospital? Probably not. Because I knew what I wanted with this company, and I knew what it did for me emotionally. Like, if you guys haven't been, I don't know if you guys all meet up, if you're all in the same area, coaching wise, live events are huge. And I have made best friends from the girls on our teams. Like, everyone I thought was so intimidating at first before I went to a live event, and they change your life. Like, Summit is a game changer. Like, Super Saturdays are freaking awesome. Like, being able to sit there and work out live with a super trainer or hear success stories from other coaches that have lost 100 pounds, like, it is life-changing. And I literally get butterflies, like, thinking about it, because it's like, this whole entire experience has changed my life for the better in so many ways. So at that time, I'm like, okay, I'm miserable. I'm coming home from school every day crying. Like, I need to change it. I'm in control of my life, and I need to do something where I can be in control. So I left school, and at the time I was living with my boyfriend, and I said to him, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give a go at this. And I quit all of my jobs at the hospital. And at that time I was working at a restaurant as a waitress, bartender. And that was my only other job. And I started picking up full-time hours there. And basically, I mean, if you guys know waitressing and bartending, you can make a good amount of money. But it wasn't emotionally, it was like just not there. I went to college, and it was like I felt like I was being degraded because I just felt like I wasn't good enough. And that's my biggest thing with this. Like, I wanted to do more. Like, I always crave for more. So I kept busting my ass with Beachbody, kept working like over the winter. And as of May, I decided that I was going to go full-time coach. And ever since then, I have not looked back. It has been the best experience of my life. Like, I absolutely love it. And I feel like I'm rambling because my story is like super long. So after that, daily routine. So now as a full-time coach, difference of being part-time to full-time, I'm able to actually give my all into my coaches and my challengers. And guys, my biggest thing when you guys get coaches and challengers is make sure you're following up with them, because if you're not giving them the attention and you're not there for them as a leader, they're going to fall off. They don't know what they're doing in this business. They're new to this, whether it's just a challenger or if it's a new coach, they are brand new. So you need to keep up with them, because if they don't start seeing success, they're going to fall off, because they're spending $100 and however many dollars a month to something, and they're not seeing, the results. As a challenger, if they're continuously buying Shakeology and they're not keeping up with their workouts and their nutrition every day, they're going to fall off. They're not going to get the results they want, and therefore they're going to cancel their HD order, and you're down a challenger. Same thing with coaches. If you're not keeping up with them, if you're not showing them the ins and outs to this business, if you're not showing them the support, and if you're salesy to them, they're not going to want to continuously keep up with you at all. I've had coaches in the past where it's like, that have switched over to me because they said all their coach wanted was the money. They only reached out to them for rank advancements. They only reached out to them when it was good for them. And you need to build relationships with your girls, because potentially down the road, like, these girls are going to be your best friends. They're going to be your life. Like, you're going to team events and stuff like that. Like, you're going to be sharing rooms with them in hotels. Like, you're going to be seeing them multiple times a year. When you guys do team retreats, like, you guys are going to be living together in a house. Like, these girls are going to be your ride or dies years from now if you are serious about this business. I'm just saying, be there for your girls, because that will make a huge difference in your business. And show your passion, show that you care for them, because when you are human to them and you're not a robot, like, oh, so when are you going to rank advance? When are you going to hit the next rank? Are you almost an emerald? Like, how many girls are you getting to set? No. How's your day? How are you? How are you doing emotionally? How are you doing in the challenge groups? What can I do to help your experience and make it better? And it wasn't until I realized that I started to feel like I became a leader. And that's your biggest thing. As a coach, you guys want to be a leader. You want to brand yourselves in a way that's different from everybody else. You don't want to be a salesy leader because people are going to think you're out for money and you're not out for them. And the whole thing, the biggest why in Beachbody, like we changed lives. We continuously change lives for the better. You're not just getting people to sign up for the money. And yes, potentially down the road, like we all want to make money. We all want to be making six figures, but you won't get there without making relationships with people. So that is the biggest thing with that. So the difference between part-time and full-time coaching, I was able to make those connections more. And the biggest thing that I could tell you guys, if you guys part-time coaches, create a schedule. I was all over the place with my business hours. I had my phone constantly in my hand, and they always say you guys got to have personal time and business time completely separate, because my relationships lacked. My family was getting pissed that I always had my phone in my hand. Create hours that you are going to answer messages. Create hours that you're going to send invites. Create hours that you're going to check in with your challenge groups, because that is huge. That is so important, because you're going to not lose relationships, but it's going to cause tension in your life. And that was the biggest thing I could say is like a part-time coach. But my day in the life of a full-time coach, you know, I get up in the morning, I read my personal development, I check in. I have 2 boot camps that I run right now. 2 completely separate boot camps. I do everything myself. I have coach sneak peeks I run between your workout, Shakeology, your vitals. Vitals are super important. And I can't stress that enough. If you guys aren't doing the vitals every single day, how are you going to get your girls to do the vitals? If you're not showing up as a leader, why are your girls going to show up as a leader underneath you? You want success for your team. You need to be a successful coach. And the vitals, you need to be working out every day. If you're doing lift 4, make sure you're doing the 4 workouts a week or whatever. But you need to be showing up. On your Insta stories, my biggest thing with my girls right now, it's like in the beginning, they were very negative in their stories. Oh, today didn't work out that well, or I completely fell off and my nutrition was shit. No, people don't want to hear that. Like, yes, you're going to have a day where you're going to fall off. And don't get me wrong. Like, I have my cheat days. Last week I went to an amusement park and I had Dippin' Dots. This is balance. I get to have these cheat meals. I had pasta last week. I went on my story saying on how it made me feel like shit and how I can relate that to eating healthier and how much eating healthy does for me and how much it has changed my life and how I know that it makes me feel better. Or days that I go out and I drink too much. Just because we're Beachbody coaches doesn't mean we can't have wine or can't have a couple beers or can't have a drink here and there. But I used to be a huge college drinker, and I can relate back to that and say, I don't miss the feeling of waking up hungover, or I don't miss the feeling of just feeling like shit. Like, I love being able to feel good. And that's what I communicate through my stories. If you show up and show excuses to your stories every single day, people aren't going to want to join with you. They're going to be like, okay, this girl's full of excuses. Josh Coates training the other night, if any of you guys watched it, your excuses are bullshit. And that is the biggest thing that I tell my girls all the time. Like, and I say that to myself too. Like the other day, they said I ate pasta and I felt like a knife was stabbing in my stomach. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, Kate, get your ass up. Your excuses are bullshit. I got myself through my workout and it sucked, but I still did it because I needed to show up for my team. I didn't need to do anything, but to be a leader, you have to show your girls that you can push through the excuses. You can push through a workout. You got Mother Nature killing your ass. You need to push through because all the other athletes out there, you think that, God forbid, it's their time of the month that they're going to stop and not go through their competition because they got some cramps. No, they're going to continue to push through. And just because you guys, you come home after your long day of work and you're tired and you want to take a nap, go get your workout done for 30 minutes and then nap later. That just shows that you can do it and that other people are going to see that you can do it and it's possible for them. Okay, we're down to 9 minutes. We got this. So full-time coach, like I said, your vitals, do the vitals every single day. Invite. You guys have to reach higher numbers. When I first started and I was barely getting to the last day of the month, like hoping to hit Success Club 5, I was sending maybe like 5 invites a day. You need to get out of your comfort zone. And I was like so skeptical to reach out from girls I went to school with because I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I see them out at a bar? Or what if I see them out in public and they're going to look at me different? Who cares. This is your business. This is your life. And you are out changing lives of others. So it wasn't until I started reaching out to these people that I'm like, oh my gosh, they actually want to join with me. Or they're actually watching my story and they're seeing the difference in my life compared to 3 years ago, how happy I am, the transformation I've made. I was never, one of those super heavy girls, but I still lost 20 pounds from my college weight because I was drinking 5 days a week. And I'm able to put up those transformation photos, and not only the weight, but the whole mental shift completely changed. And these girls come to me and they're like, Kate, you seem so happy. Like, what are you doing? You're going to have people that are going to reach out to you, but you need to invite. And that is the biggest thing, like the most important thing, like you need to send invites. And I think that's when everything changed for me. Like on a daily basis, I aim to send 50 to 100 invites. But guys, like I think I missed Success Club 1 month this last year because I was going through a lot of shit with my job. But since January, I've hit Success Club, close to Success. I think Success Club 10 almost every single month or higher. And it's because I'm hitting higher numbers. You guys reach out to more people. You're going to have, okay, I'm going to go through these in a second. I'm almost done. You're going to have so many people obviously like answer back when you hit higher numbers. So say you send 10 invites and you get 2 responses. Say you send 20 invites, you get 4 responses. Say you send 50 invites, you get 10 responses back. You're going to get more conversations flowing, and that's more potential people that are going to sign up with you. So hit higher numbers. Set a goal every single day. If you don't reach it, okay, tomorrow's a new day. But every single day you should be sending invites. Invites, objections. So I hit vitals, going off of invites, Captivate. If you guys haven't used Captivate, download Captivate. Biggest thing, my biggest platform that I use is Instagram. And I used to be like crazy with Facebook, but I wasn't finding that I was getting a lot of feedback from there. And most of the girls that I recruit are through Instagram. Every time that I get a new follower, I send an invite, and I use Captivate to grow my following. I probably follow minimum 300 a day, and it like caps off at 1,000, but there's some days that I try to hit 1,000 every single day that I'm following. Every couple of days I do like a mass unfollow. And I think I'm at 7,500 followers on my Instagram, and I've grown that in the last 2 months, close to 2,000 followers. So you guys got to work at it, but the more you grow your page, that's more faces that are going to see your story and more faces that are going to see your posts. And like I said, growing your Instagram is huge. You want to have the biggest marketplace that you can. But yeah, download Captivate. I'm going to go through these posts because I think, or the chat, because I think there's some objections in here. So before I go into that, I like can't scroll. Oh, there we go. That's my biggest struggle. Turn everything into a positive. Yeah, show up for your team. Okay, how do I handle the no, not interested response? I've had a lot of people that give me a no right off the bat, and some have been really rude. Like some have told me to go die. People continuously like criticize my form in the way that I do my workouts. Like I don't care. Like yes, it gets to me because it's like, okay, why are you following me if you don't support what I'm doing? And I get in my head a lot. Like I overthink everything. But I'm starting to get better with it. Read personal development. It'll be a game changer for you because it'll like help you cope with those things. But my biggest way to handle the no, not interested, I either ask, I'm like, no problem, girl. Do you mind me asking why? And then they'll go into, okay, I have a personal trainer. If they have a personal trainer, they're probably not going to join with you because they're already paying a shit ton of money with a personal trainer, or their significant other is a personal trainer. If they hit me with the time, I basically go into like how it can fit into any schedule. Workouts are only 30 minutes a week. I did it when I was a full-time college student and I worked 3 part-time jobs and I was still able to fit my workouts in. If money's the objection, I basically break it down and tell them, what is it? It's like 40 something cents a day that it breaks down to. I don't know exactly. I have it in a script. But basically just tell them, I completely get it. Like I joined when I was a broke college student, but I just want to let you know that broken down, this program is cheaper than any average gym membership out there. And it comes down to 40 something cents a day. So it is totally doable. If you ever feel like you want more information, I either send them to my website or I tell them to follow up with me in the future. You guys should be getting a website. It's huge. You can have not polls, but like applications on there where they can join a boot camp. If you guys want to go see mine, it's KateWalshFitness.com just to see kind of how I set it up and stuff. I had Ashley, Phil Dyson's sister, make mine. I know she does a lot of websites for other girls on our teams and stuff. And it's like not super cheap, but like it's affordable compared to a lot of other things out there. But if you guys also go on Squarespace, you can make it yourself if you're super good with like graphics and like doing stuff like that. That's the platform that she uses. And once it's made, you can go in and make changes and stuff. And you want to make yourself different than any other coach out there. And I have like a page that's like a family health and wellness stuff because my mom's a Reiki practitioner. I make beaded gemstone jewelry and stuff. I've been doing it since I was 10 years old. And it's just a therapeutic thing for me. Like I love it. But like being able to put that on my website and show that I'm well-rounded and show that I'm different from other coaches out there. And like, I know some girls on the team have a blog or some people, do fashion or DIY projects and stuff like that. Like you want to be able to create these different things. Open up a YouTube channel, do makeup tutorials, do certain things like that. Share that stuff on your Insta stories. System for follow-ups. So basically when I do invites, I write down all my invites. I have one of the happy planners. Oh my God, I got 2 minutes. Oh, I gotta talk fast. So happy planner, I have like these things set up. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I write down all of my invites. And then when they respond back to me, if it's obviously a yes, I'll highlight it. And I'll basically, those highlighted highlighted people, I'll go back and I'll follow up with them depending on, okay, like they wanted more information or it wasn't a good time for them or they said they wanted to follow up in the future. If someone's like, okay, I'm ready to join next month, I write it down, I check in with them next month. Send out a new time. Okay, I just saw that. The answer, I already tried Beachbody without even telling them. Oh my gosh, I get that all the time. I basically asked them what their experience was with Beachbody if they say they've already tried it. I want to know what didn't work for them. And most of the time they didn't have a boot camp. They didn't have a success system going. They didn't have support. They didn't have coaches that kept up with them. People that were coaches before. I had a coach that basically came to me who was on a team with someone else and it didn't work out because she had no one to help them. They didn't have team calls. They didn't have team trainings. And I showed them what was different with our team. I had my girls, I had these girls jump on team calls. I had them go in trainings and stuff. But as a challenger, I basically show them the before and afters. Like before and afters are huge. I just had a best friend that joined from high school that I've been following up with since I joined. So 3 years. And she saw the transformation photos from this last program.